Welcome to Tony Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast.
And I'm Tony Shalasky, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Tony Unleashed, where we explore the joys and challenges of pet ownership. In today's episode, we are going to talk about puppies and being a puppy parent. Bringing a new puppy into your home is an exciting and rewarding but frustrating experience. It comes with lots of challenges. Everything from potty training to socialization. We'll cover all of this that you need to know to ensure that you have a smooth transition for you and your furry friend. And because it takes a lot of patience. You're going to hear 16 things from 16 different people because everybody's an armchair quarterback.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I foster puppies. And puppies are easy to foster for 2 reasons.
Okay, you better be ready to sell me on this one, babe, because I'm not buying it.
1, they're easy to foster and I foster a lot, and I foster all personality traits. But what I will say, I don't mind fostering puppies, and I emphasize foster because that means temporary.
Yes.
1, because it's easier. My dogs that I have very dynamic personalities. So not every foster dog I bring in fits their mold and their energy. Puppies usually do. Puppies are pliable, impressionable. They are easy for my dogs to correct. So it's easy for me to integrate them into my pack, and 2, they never last that long. Everybody wants a puppy. And
so true. I'm surprised they're ever even in foster.
I know. That's why they're not in foster for that long. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, once I get better pics and videos, it'll be gone.
All right, guys, something you need to know about Em. If it's the easy way, she's taking it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me? If it's the hard way, the highway,
I will take the hard way sometimes, but usually not.
I usually take the hard way.
And it's so like
funny.
And with puppies, they nap a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, all right, you got me.
They nap a lot.
You got me.
But I will say they're annoying as hell.
Yeah.
A couple of things I want to emphasize specifically with puppies, and this kind of is like a whole, could be a whole other podcast, is when you're bringing a puppy into a home that already has a dog, I think it's really important to understand what good dog, well-socialized dog means.
Okay.
Because, and what I'm getting to is, puppies need a well-socialized adult dog to correct them appropriately, which means maybe, a growl, a snap, not a snap, but like a growl, maybe a paw, putting a correction, an appropriate correction when a puppy is getting too much, because puppies they'll go.
Yes.
They need to be taught how to stop and how to read body language of dogs.
Yes.
So many people I feel like misunderstand what well-socialized dog is. It's that they will just be overexcited and play with anyone. Well, you want a dog that really understands dog behavior, knows when to not engage with dogs, knows when to engage with dogs, knows when to set corrections, knows how to read an alpha dog and not, push those boundaries. So I feel like understanding where your dog lies within that social spectrum is really important, because you're bringing in a puppy and they're more often than not going to mimic the dog that you already have.
Okay.
What do you
sold
think?
me.
So,
but I'm not fostering puppies because
no, I mean, I wouldn't tell anyone.
I am not fostering puppies.
Oh, it's fucking hard.
No,
and
fuck that.
I'm so bad with crate training. So I will bring them in bed and then they
Oh.
wake up and I know it's bad. Obviously, I'm not saying it to do this. I'm saying this is bad.
Don't follow her.
Well,
Don't do it.
What I do is when they wake up in the middle of the night full of energy, and I put them in their crate, and like that's obviously not good crate training skills or practices. But the last puppy I had just really listened to corrections of my dogs really well. My dogs are very eager to correct, very eager to put them at the bottom of the totem pole. So I felt like that was a good point to bring up that I think is overlooked when adding a puppy into a home as a second, third, fourth dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's talk about breeds. That's 101.
So the funny thing is, a lot of my friends or family members will reach out asking about specific breeds. Like, what do you think of this breed? What do you think of that breed?
Yeah.
And I tell them that's what I know the least about. That is specific breeds and their traits.
Interesting.
And the other thing I don't know a whole lot about the whole pregnancy and you know what I mean?
I don't know a lot about that either. Like I know there's a level of like fat caloric intake that lactating pregnant dogs need.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about that.
I don't know that whole breeding world shit.
I don't know the breeding world that well.
No.
Maybe we should bring on a breeder.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like a reputable, really good one. Responsible one. Because that'll be
raw breeder.
Yes. A couple like
yes.
And who talks about the importance of testing, genetic testing. Yeah, I think that would be really good. I have a good poodle breeder. I had one because I was really into that.
You wanted a poodle?
No, I didn't want a poodle. No. I didn't want a poodle, but I wanted to, like, with the whole doodle poodle thing, poodle breeders who try so hard to maintain the integrity of the poodle breed and who will never do poodle doodles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was interested in that.
Sure. So researching breeds, you really should put a lot of time and thought into. And I know you can Google
and get any answer
a quiz,
you want.
But there's a quiz on what breed would fit your family.
Yeah.
And lifestyle and everything.
What I would do personally is I don't know a ton about breeds, but I do know a little bit. I would break it down to how much structure are you able to provide? Because structure and routine is very important to some breeds. How much physical activity and energy are you willing to put in on a daily basis or not? I think it's really important to be honest with yourself if you're going to be a couch potato or just do, I think, like either a couch potato or doing like a walk and, a tour a day is, because some
a dog
dogs
needs a walk every day.
Yeah. Yep. Or if you have a big yard and you just want to use the yard as your source.
Yeah. What's your commitment level?
Your commitment level?
And don't do it for the kids.
Don't do it for the kids.
That's like staying married for the kids.
Don't do it for the kids.
Sorry. Off topic.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Don't do it for the kids.
Don't do it for the kids.
They're going to thank you for not doing it for them later.
And
I can attest to that. Actually, don't. And no matter what PowerPoint I present to you, how often I bring it up, don't do it. Don't do it. I will be fine.
She's fine. Just ask her.
Oh, my God.
And then we have to puppy-proof the home.
Oh, more than you would think also.
Tell me more.
I'm talking ottomans. Just putting something on top of your ottoman is not safe.
Like the tray with the stuff?
Yeah.
Or a blanket or
both.
Anything.
Pillows are I have nice Turkish pillows. No longer safe. Okay. Okay, what else? Okay, anything under the bed needs to go. Because puppies can fit under your bed. Okay, I found a puppy walking around with a lighter, okay? That I didn't even know was under the bed.
Oh my God.
Okay. Books, records, not safe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, trash, dirty laundry.
Tampons.
Tampons is not safe. Yeah, I once had a puppy who took like a pair of sweatpants that like I had just taken off. Like it wasn't even a matter of time. And in
Wow.
like seconds, they went from upstairs to the kitchen.
They had so much fun though.
It's so much fun.
So much fun.
Shoes, definitely. I mean, even shoes, like we'll put shoes on the stairs because sweet pea will get into our shoes sometimes. And like a puppy will like just take a shoelace and carry the largest, like my husband wears like giant shoes, like 11, 12 boots. And they will leave the stairs and end up in the kitchen. It's bigger than the puppy. It's bigger than, there's a lot to do there. And this lasts for a year. And it only gets worse.
So you all need to realize Em's going to do most of the talking during this episode because I have not had a puppy in 41 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So would you ever have a puppy?
Never.
Because it's like a year of work.
Never again will I have a healer.
Yeah.
And never, ever again will I have a puppy.
Yeah. I will never adopt a puppy. Fostering, because they're in and out in 2 weeks.
I will be fostering adults. I will not be fostering puppies.
Yep.
Which that'll be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can share fostering stories.
Yeah. Supplies.
Yep.
Essential items every new puppy parent should have, because some puppies are going to be rescues and might be mixed breeds, so we're going to kind of walk down both roads, right?
Yep.
So we need a crate,
Oh, great.
even though you don't use them.
No, I do, because I need a break. So I will put them in the crate and I'll go out to dinner. I'll go out with my friends.
Right.
Grocery store. You need a safe place to put your puppy.
Yes, without a collar on.
Without a collar and no bully sticks.
No bullies.
No dental chews.
No.
Nothing that they can choke on.
So which they can choke on practically anything. So the only thing we ever recommend that is safe for a puppy to have in their crate is a Kong or one of the toys from West Paw.
The
like
topples.
The topple, the tucks. Roughwear makes a similar type Kong toy.
Yep.
The toys that are 100% solid rubber and you're going to stuff with something healthy and probably freeze it because it takes them longer to go through it. You're going to put that thing in the crate. Your dog does not need a bed in the crate because even the bed is a choking hazard.
Yep. Oh, that's a really good point. Towels or old blankets. Do not buy your puppy a bed. That is the number one thing I used to tell customers.
Yeah.
Do not buy a bed. Do not waste any money on a bed.
Nope.
Until they are like out
Not
of...
even a crate pad. Nope.
Not even a crate pad because that is donezo.
And they but they want the puppy to be comfortable. So how do we talk them off that ledge? That
They're
it's
so
okay?
tired. They're so tired, they'll be comfortable anywhere.
Right.
Have you seen puppies? They'll sleep anywhere.
Yeah, they will.
In any position.
In any position.
On any
Head
object.
hanging off of the bed.
They're so exhausted.
Yeah.
They will sleep.
Yeah.
Towels, old towels are really great. Or old blankets.
I normally tell people towels.
Yeah.
To back up a little bit, if you are getting a puppy from a breeder, it is very important to ask, and even the shelter, if you're getting a puppy from a shelter, what they're being fed. Because it is best to keep a puppy on the same food for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
I mean, if it's a Purina or a lower quality food, we are going to recommend a food transition, but not for a couple of weeks.
Yep. Yeah, because we have to think about it, whether they're coming from the shelter, whether they're coming from a breeder and their litter, they're going through a really big change.
Yeah.
They're going through, at a shelter, they're going through being around a lot of other dogs, a lot of other sounds, and maybe one or two people that they're familiar with. From a breeder, they're leaving their litter mates. It's stressful. It's an impactful change. That stress is going to disrupt the digestive tract in general overall and their immune system, so we don't want to add any extra stress.
Right.
Yep. And they're going into a house with new people, new dogs, new scents, new smells. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
We often set the standard and expectation way too high for dogs to adjust and acclimate quickly.
Right.
I think so.
It's human nature, I think.
Yeah.
All right. The first few days.
I even think before the first few days, what I will say, due to experience, is that if you are going to crate your puppy at night, start from day one
Yes.
and do it
Yes.
and set the plan
Yes.
and precedent
With all the family members.
with all the family members, and don't break that routine and structure from day one.
Correct. And the puppy's going to cry.
And it's going to be fine.
Yep.
And think of it as long-term safety. If your puppy is well crate trained, there's some sort of emergency and you need to throw the puppy in a crate to keep it safe, to transport it, to move it, anything, you're doing it a benefit of the doubt. We're benefiting it long-term.
And it's a very similar scenario to letting a baby
Cry.
through the night
Yep.
and learn to self-soothe.
And when you're awake during the day, just do positive reinforcement with the crate.
Yes. Yes. Now, let me ask you this, though.
Yeah.
So they say here I go.
They.
So rule of thumb is 2 months, however many months they are, add one, and that's about how many hours they can
Yep.
hold their urine.
Yep.
Okay.
If not less than that.
Or less. Okay. So so let's say I have a 2-month-old puppy.
Yeah.
So that means 3 hours. So if I'm crate training this puppy and the puppy does cry halfway through the night, it would be okay to get the puppy out of the crate,
Yep.
take it outside to go potty,
And then put it back.
and put it right back in the crate.
And put a word to it.
Yes.
And
Mark the behavior with a word.
Yep.
So what I've always been trained to do is, like, I would take a dog out and say, go potty, go potty, go
Yep.
potty, or whatever your word is.
Yep.
And then as soon as they do what you want them to do,
Yeah.
stop saying it, treat, pee, done,
Or
in.
Even to that, I've been doing go potty so that they know the word. And then they do it, and I say, yes.
Yes.
Treat.
Yes. You mark that.
Because often I've noticed, and that was after our episode with the trainer talking about, yes.
Tina. Yeah.
Tina. I've noticed they almost respond to the word yes in that voice like
Sure.
they would a treat.
That pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
And I've gotten to the point with my dogs where, like, I can ask them, do you have to go potty?
Oh, they know.
And they know. And they'll tell you yes, or they'll tell you no.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
But it's also potty training with puppies. Set your timer. Set your timer, because also that will help with that ding. Potty, the word potty, yes, treat, and then you can extend that timer, and so then they know that when that timer goes off, that they are going out to go potty.
Hopefully.
Yep. I mean, as they get older, but
Right.
also sometimes it'll be every hour you have to take them out.
Yeah.
After they play, after they sleep, after they drink, and after they eat. So every hour. Water goes right on through them. I can tell you that for sure.
I will not be fostering puppies.
No.
Okay. So all right. So we're bringing the puppy home, and the puppy is in the living room and the entire family is just sitting there staring at the puppy.
Yeah.
Like, can't you see it?
Yeah.
So what do you think, what's the right thing to do? Just be normal?
I think it's different. If you have dogs in the house
Already.
and you know that they're going to accept the puppy and be well socialized, I would let this time for them to maybe engage, depending on the dog, depending on the puppy.
Yeah.
It might be beneficial to set some structure and like slowly integrate. I don't with my dogs. I just kind of throw a puppy in. Yep. And see what happens.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah. Dogs will work it out, especially with the puppy. They'll figure it out. If you don't have a dog, I've never experienced that one before. So what I would do is play with it. And maybe start, once you have a name, start using name recognition and playing and kind of maybe seeing what toys they grab. And then you're also being aware and being like, okay, I'm looking at, are they nervous? Are they shy? How are they integrating? How well are they adjusting? How comfortable are they? Loud noises. I'd be like keeping track of all of these things.
Without being overly obsessed with them.
Fair.
Because I feel like that's what we see at the store. Is we are overly obsessed with every single aspect.
Yeah.
And that's where
the
picky eater begins. That's where
Interesting. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think of it as, it's like, I'm thinking of it as a perspective as fear period, understanding the personality traits, genetics, like, are they a more nervous dog? Like, you know, are they more confident? Are they playful? Are they more engaging? Do they need to be touching you? Do they not need to be? And then using that to understand their personality and how I can implement different aspects of behavioral tools
to balance all that.
To balance all of it.
So I completely agree. And you do have to pay attention to all of those key points that you just mentioned.
But not too much.
Correct.
Because it's all going to change.
Correct.
Because fear periods come and go.
Yes.
And they might be used to your ceiling fan for the first 5 months. Month 6,
and
they're
then,
terrified by it.
What the fuck is that?
Yep. Fear periods is a whole other episode that we should have a trainer on for.
And they go through an adolescence period where they know all of their commands and then it's like, fuck you. Yep. I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to stay. I'm going to do whatever I want. The teen period.
This is a year of your life.
Yeah.
If not 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I just, you know, I just see so many, I talk to so many people that are overly analyzing every single aspect of a situation. And I just think we all need to just calm it down.
Yep.
And everyone's going to be okay.
Yeah. Because you can really fuck a puppy up.
Yeah.
And that's also why I don't take puppies on long term. I definitely know I will fuck a puppy up. I'd rather already have a fucked up dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, accept it and deal with it and manage it than have a dog that I fuck up and know it was because of me.
Interesting. I don't want a puppy just because I don't want to deal with all that shit.
Well, also it's fucking exhausting.
And I feel inclined to, and I don't mean this negatively towards anyone else, but I feel inclined to save adult dogs.
Same. I definitely do as well. And I also feel like I think a lot of reasons why people think that they have to have a puppy is because they feel like they have this bond or this genetic.
So not true. That's the way Natalie is, my niece. Yeah. I can't get it through to her head. And she has seen my bond with Meg. Mm-hmm. She has seen my bond with DeSoto and Bo and Blade and all of them.
Oh, it's almost stronger, I feel like.
I agree. I totally agree.
It's when you see a dog where it's at and what it's been through and you're their support system.
Oh, my. Look what just happened with DeSoto.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think, and I think
the aspect of it of genetics. Oh, an adult dog is more likely to bite. And I was like, we don't actually know genetics. And more often
Nope.
than not, you're buying a puppy from a breeder who also doesn't know genetics.
Exactly.
So you're just buying into the problem.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think adult dogs are just,
They know you saved them.
they know you saved them. Yeah. And when you have that connection with an adult dog, when you go to a shelter or you foster one, also what I will say real quickly about fostering, you don't always have a connection with every dog.
I agree. I think
Some dogs are easy to send off.
right. So I feel, and so this will be in a later episode, but for our listeners, DeSoto has passed, and that's going to be in an upcoming episode. But I think I would be a great foster parent.
Yeah, I think
Because-
so too. Because I think you are able to cut off that connection
Yep. And that's
be like,
exactly the visual I'd use too.
yes,
Yep.
I will give them what they need. I
Yep.
will make them better.
Yep.
And I will give them structure.
Yep.
And I will
Set
not
them up for success in their
and
next home.
Yep.
I so want to do that for dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to do that for the families that adopt that dog.
Yep. Because I oftentimes when I talk to people who are hesitant about rescuing, and I'm like, adopt a dog in a foster home.
Yeah,
I think people just so much think adopting a dog from a shelter, but there's so many dogs in foster homes. They are living in a home. They know they're like what works, what doesn't work, and you have a better understanding of if it's going to work for you or not based on that.
right. So, and my next dog is going to be accepting of dogs so that I can foster.
Yep. Yep.
That's my goal.
And I've been with my dogs personally, I've been realizing that they do very well with puppies. That's kind of why I've taken on more puppies.
That's awesome.
Because Kenny loves to correct them and Sweet Pea loves to nurture them. But we also do really well with old Chihuahuas, and I love a good old Chihuahua as well. All right. So overall, puppies can be incredible. It can be a great time. It can be a great experience. It really has the potential to be a really awesome, integrative experience with your life. And I think puppies are definitely for some people, and they're definitely not for all people. But understanding no matter what, no matter who, no matter the breed, understanding the responsibility of a puppy and understanding that if you are working 8 hours a day at an office and you don't have any help at home, that's going to bring up challenges with raising a puppy. I think that's important to acknowledge. And that it's going to be 1 to 2 years of living with a puppy. And and if that sounds fun to you,
Well,
go for it. If you've done it before and loved it, go for it. And if you have a really great, well-established dog at home that can help you raise a puppy, maybe also go for it.
Godspeed.
Yep. Anything else you want to add? All right.
We did it all?
We did it all.
Socializing, health and wellness.
Oh, we didn't talk about vaccines or checkups. I'm honestly so bad at that. I don't know.
What do you mean you're bad at what?
I
What
don't
they
know.
need and what they don't need?
I don't know how many vaccines they need.
Too many. They don't need them.
I don't know.
They don't need any.
I don't know about vaccines. I don't know how many they need or like when to let them on the ground, when to not. I just fucking let them on the ground.
Fucking let them on the ground.
I'm not
Same with babies. Don't shelter your
Yeah.
infants.
Let them on the ground.
Let them on the ground. We have
Don't.
so many customers come in holding the puppy.
Oh, they're so scared.
I can't put it down.
They're
I'm not
so
even
scared.
supposed to be out.
Meanwhile, I come in with a foster puppy, and I'm like, let them off the leash, have fun, run into whatever, eat whatever. I don't care.
Exposing them to germs help
Yep.
them develop their immune system.
Except the lighter. Take out the lighter out of your puppy's mouth.
So, Yeah.
Maybe we should do a follow-up episode on like vaccinating puppies, checkups, diet for puppies, because that is something that's very particular, especially for massive large breed puppies. And people are scared to give their puppies CBD.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you're right. We should do a follow-up just on puppy diets.
Yep.
Okay. So we have a couple upcoming episodes. Just so everyone knows, we will do a follow-up on specifically puppy diet and recommended vaccines, which, I'm going to say I recommend nothing. And then I will tell you all about DeSoto's passing. So today's February 15th. That's the day we're recording this episode. I unfortunately had to put him down on February 7th, a week ago, February 6th. It's a horrible story, but a story that I will share with everyone. You're not going to, I think it's just information, and it's a good story. So I will share that with everyone. What else did we think we were going to talk about?
The communicator.
Oh, this is exciting too. I have a old customer that no longer lives in Pittsburgh, but she is an animal communicator that I know probably a lot of listeners probably think that's major wackadoodle. But she's an intuitive, and it's a medium. And I've spoken to her a couple of times over the years, and I most recently spoke to her about DeSoto passing, and it was pretty impactful, and really helped me to heal. So we hope to have her on as well. Mm-hmm. And the topics are endless. I think we'll continue to follow the class action lawsuit against Hills. Mm-hmm. And maybe revisit the DCM thing, because I'm still hearing it.
It's crazy.
I really think you should talk about Raw Dynamic.
Yeah, definitely.
And what your experience has been like.
Yep.
And
it's definitely different.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
A lot to come.
Lots to come. And we appreciate you listening. Tell all your friends and family. Give us a 5-star review. And we're here for you.
Yep. Bada bing.
We want to give a big shout out to our sound engineer, Brad, from Beacon Sound Systems, LLC. This is the highest quality sound editing, and he knows exactly what to edit. So it's his fault the F-bombs are still in there. You can reach Brad for all your sound editing needs through
Instagram and Facebook. You'll follow at Beacon Sound Systems. Website, www.4beaconsound.com. Phone number, 724-471-2410.
Beacon Sound is a locally owned company in our neck of the woods here in Pittsburgh, PA. So if you're in need of large LED screens, stages, lighting, or sound systems for any occasion, big or small, this is the company for you.
Sounds like a party in one.
And boy, do we need one.